How's it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today I have a huge announcement that I've been keeping under the wraps for a little while that I'm just so excited to share with you guys. We are sitting back where we were when we filmed a video that was really difficult for me to talk about, and I was talking about kind of my life and my struggles and stuff, and it took off, and I think it has like 14,000 views. But I'm sitting back here today to let you guys know that an absolute miracle has happened. We found a place. We secured a place to go. So it really is a miracle because I've been looking for a place since, well, for a few years now. Something happened a few years ago that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but there is a video on it, and it very much impacted my life, and I've been trying to figure it out since then, and it's kind of come together now. So we found a place. I'm moving in, I think, 6 days, and I'm so shocked that somebody's actually gonna give me a chance here with the dogs for a place to go, because that's been the issue, is like finding somewhere to rent with 4 dogs, you know. So the prayers, the good vibes, everything worked, because like I said, I've been trying to find somewhere for years now, and I kind of hit rock bottom, and something came up and surprisingly worked out. And I just wanted to say thank you guys, because I think the power of good vibes and love and prayer and manifestation is so powerful when you have, you know, over 14,000 people joining together to bring something to fruition like that. I'll talk about that more when I can, but I did want to let you guys know that some way, somehow, by the grace of God and the universe and nature and hot moms, we found a place. So there's that. Thank you guys so much for that. I do want to talk about a couple of new things that have come in, and just some stuff that I've been carrying, because I don't want this to just be about that. So let's look at some really cool new stuff that has come in. We're also drinking coffee, obviously. It is very early in the morning. But yeah, let's look at some new stuff, because I have 2 really exciting items that came in within like a day of each other. But let's look at these. So you guys know Steve Callari from Callari Custom Knives, you know, Super Steel Steve. Everybody knows him. He started making knives a little while ago, and obviously they're like creme de la creme, ultimate high performance cutting tools, because that's just what that's what he is. He's the Super Steel Steve. So when he first started making his Steadfast EDC knife, I did pick one up a while ago. And this is the one that I picked up. This is in Magna Cut at 64.5 HRC, really thin, really slicey. I've batoned with this on camera. It did incredibly well. This is one of my best performing knives, and this is one of the first ones that he ever made. Very beautiful. I have a review on this. I have testing on it. This, I believe, is a 3.5 inch blade. So, you know, for my little girly hands, it's a little large to carry on a daily basis as an EDC knife, just for me. It's a little more of an outdoors knife. But I've had this for a while. It's an absolute beast. And in the mail the other day, I got, I guess we'll call it a mini Steadfast, a 3-inch blade Steadfast. That was a complete surprise. So this came in. And I wanted to show this to you guys because obviously, number 1, it will be tested, but number 2, check this out. So this is a 3-inch blade. This is 4V blade steel at 66.5 HRC. With my calipers, I measured 6 thou BTE. The DPS on it, the degrees per side, 12.5. So you're talking like laser beam city. This is an ultimate high performance cutting tool. These are rag burl micarta scales, carnelian color, I believe. Very cool. We've got orange G10 pins, and then he put a little bit of flair in there with some neon green liners and some black liners. This was a shock for sure when I got this in the mail. Really cool, darkened blade. Just super excited to use this. Very different from the Steadfast that I got when he first started these. The handle has been thinned out. Obviously, it's a little shorter. Blade shape, this one has a little more belly, and I'm not sure if it's because this has been shortened, but either way, just a little bit of a side-by-side. You can see the profile of the blade is a little bit different, and the ergonomics have been really dialed in because we have a much thinner carry on the new Steadfast. But I'm really excited to test it and use it. Steve is an incredible guy, and he's one of those makers that is at the top. And like, if you're talking about competition, that's your competition. If makers are talking about who they need to compete with to get to the top, it's Steve. Like, he's sitting up there with your mom probably, and, you know, a fucking beer, just being the king. His knives are absolutely insane. Talk about pushing the envelope on ultimate cutting performance. And I'm saying that because I thoroughly tested the first Steadfast, right? Like, everyone knows that's what Steve does, is he makes cutting tools. They're not sharpened pry bars. They're not for breaking windows on cars. They're not for like cutting tires. They're slicing and cutting tools to be used properly and to go forever without needing to be touched up. That's Steve's goal. Holy shit. The edge that he puts on his knives is like actually sketchy. You have to be wicked careful because they're just that sharp. But I'm really excited to test this. He's the GOAT. Like, everyone needs to watch out for Steve because his goal is to be the best of the best. And when someone has that motivation, you have to be careful. So really excited to try that. I also want to show you another knife that has come in from another absolutely nutty maker. But I want to show you the inspiration for this first. So this knife here is a Bark River North Country EDC. I've had this for a while. Cool knife. Very cool. Really comfortable in hand. Outdoors knife for sure. It, you know, it's called an EDC knife, but for me, just because it's so large and it's a belt carry, it's just not entirely an EDC for me. It's definitely an outdoors knife, but very comfortable, very cool. This is just my personal preference. I'm not the biggest fan of the convex. I'm not the biggest fan of convexed edges. I'm not the biggest fan of convexed grinds that are like the zero grind with, you know, no secondary bevel. They're just not really my thing. So this knife is very cool, but the years that I've had it, I've always kind of wished that there were a few things different about it, right? And also, I just have no connection with this company, and I'm at the point now in my knife hobby, knife career, whatever you want to call it, where I really like having tools that I also have a connection with the maker. It's just my personal preference. I really enjoy that. I like being able to go to the maker and talk to them if I need customer service or if I need anything, and I just don't have that with this particular company. So I was talking to Dusty from Duckhead Forge, which he is, there are a number of boys at the top of the pyramid here, the throne of EDC knives, or just the throne of knife making in general. At the very top, it's like Steve, Dusty from Duckhead Forge, Levi from Northern Knife Works, I would say John from BGM Knives, Kyle Johnson from the Scrawny Lumberjack, Josh from Edge Knife Works. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of guys, but they're at the top. Okay, they're at the top. Dusty's one of those guys. Dusty Serpa, Duckhead Forge. So I hit up Dusty, who makes the Slater model with me, and I said, you know, can you make a version of this Bark River that's ours with a couple of little changes? And this is what Dusty came up with. Talk about a true artist. So I gave Dusty some specs, told him what I wanted from the knife, and said, can we make kind of a larger outdoors knife? Because the Slater is like 6.5 inches long. Everyone's got a Slater. They're little baby EDC knives. This is what we came up with. This is called the Chum. And no, I did not name it. I gave Dusty full freedom to name these. There are actually 2 versions of this. This one and then one with a harpoon, which I have upstairs and I forgot to bring down, so I'll show you guys on a different video. The other one is called the Crush. So we have the Chum and the Crush. The Crush is the one with the harpoon. And these are outdoors knives that are supposed to be inspired by knives like this Bark River here. And I'm blown away at Dusty's take on this. So with this knife, it's 8670. Yeah, 8670 steel, 62 HRC. This has a sharpened spine. We've got a sharpening choil. We have really unique, cool thumb scallops here that were an accident, and they actually turned out incredible. Very subtle Coke bottle handle, really ergonomic, very, very comfortable, lanyard hole, all the good stuff. And this is just an improved version of an outdoors knife for me. We have more blade length on it. I really like how these thumb scallops turned out. And this is just a little more user-friendly. We have an actual secondary bevel on there, like a, you know, like a normal knife. Just very, very cool. So this will also be tested, obviously, and these are in the works, but this is kind of like the perfect camp knife, outdoors knife for me, if we're talking about like a do-it-all knife. Because, you know, for me, if I'm going to carry a fixed blade for outdoor activities, I guess in my mind, I would rather throw a little more length on the knife to get more cutting edge out of it and kind of just utilize it. Like if you're going to carry a fixed blade, you might as well just go almost like balls to the wall with it. I'm not saying carry a machete, but like get as much utility out of it as you can. And I just felt that with this, and this is all personal preference, right? Just with this, I was just longing for a little more blade length in use. I was longing for a secondary bevel because I just like working with them better. I'm not the fan of the zero grind. I was longing for a more sharpened spine, stuff like that, you know? So we just threw those characteristics into the Chum because why not? That's the fun in designing knives. And the other thing is we have patina factor on this too, which I really like. Love patina, you guys know that. So, you know, that other one is CPM 154 stainless. This is going to catch the teeners, look really cool over time. So I'm just super stoked about it. Really excited, super sharp spine so I can throw some sparks on a ferro rod. But this thing is crazy comfortable, absolutely gorgeous. It has natural micarta liners, yellow, orange, and then like the orange linen micarta, and I just think it looks so neat. Really comfortable. Just check out that blade shape too. So you guys will see more content on this. I have to show you the harpoon one as well at some point, but really excited. And then I just want to show you a couple things I've been carrying lately to finish this off. So my EDC as of late has been the BGM Knives Mini Javelin in crew wear. This is 62 to 63 HRC. This is a sweet little blade. I did have to put my own edge on it just because they come with a convex edge done on a belt, I would figure. They're just not really my jam. And John knows that. I've said that before. I'm just not a fan of that. So as soon as it got dull, put my own edge on it. Now it's got a like toothy 325 grit off of a diamond, not convexed. Very cool little EDC knife, really small, really pocketable. Been enjoying this so far. That's what I've been carrying daily. And lastly, I just wanted to show you guys a slip that I made that is kind of cool. This is Vachetta Italian leather. The color is Almo, I believe. And this is very cool stuff. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I've been playing around with some finishing options, trying to make some like burnt looking stuff. So I've been playing with the burnishing wheel and trying to make these look like the edges got kind of torched almost. So I just wanted to show you guys that because I thought it was really neat. It's been turning out pretty cool. This leather is awesome too. I have a little case copper lock in there right now. This one's got the Teeners. That one's got Teener Town. So yeah, threw this one together. Just some really cool leather if you're looking for something that picks up patina and just looks very rustic, I guess, in my opinion. So I thought that was cool to share. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening lately. Like I said, thank you guys for the good vibes and the prayers and everything, because obviously it worked. Like, what are the odds I hit rock bottom after all these years and I'm like, I don't even know how to keep going, and then within a couple days a legit miracle happens. And guys, this place that we'll be renting has like a huge fenced in yard. It's just perfect. It's very homey. I'm just really excited about it. And you know, that's the power of community and the power of people coming together, is miracles really can happen. And you know, I'm not one to come online and like push my beliefs on people or anything like that, and I never really get into that stuff. But I will say, like, the power of prayer is really incredible. And I'm not saying that there's some like fantasy man in the sky that like grants wishes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I think happens. I think that when you pray for someone, when you sit there and you close your eyes and you say in your mind or out loud, like, I hope the best for so and so, and I hope that they find a place to be comfortable and happy. I feel like what prayer is you're making yourself aware of something outside of yourself. You're making yourself aware of somebody that may need something. You're manifesting it. And then you're also aware when you're out and about of different things that you may not be thinking about in your day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you sat there and you were like, man, I wish I could help so-and-so get a place to live. You may go out and about in your day-to-day life, and now that you're aware of somebody that needs something, you may notice like a sign about a house for rent that allows pets, or you may like notice a post on Facebook of somebody renting out part of their house and they don't care if there are pets. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is the power of good vibes and prayer and sending your thoughts and sending your blessings. It's like being aware of other people in the world that you care for, that you wish the best for, and because of that you are aware of catching things that you may not catch on your day-to-day basis to help somebody. I hope that makes sense, because I never want this channel to become political or religious or anything. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone is welcome, because I love you all. But I wanted to emphasize how grateful I am that all of you in your own sense helped and sent prayers and good vibes and thoughts and blessings and shared your stories, because no matter what way you present your support, no matter which way you do, it all matters, and it all made a positive impact because it worked, because we have a place now, and it truly is a miracle. So I just wanted to thank you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I'm really grateful for you guys. With that being said, I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. Maybe you're enjoying coffee right now like I am. 6 days, guys. 6 days and we're in the new place. So, go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. Love each other. Love conquers all. I will see you guys on the next video. I love you so, so much, fam. Take care.